Hi everyone, I'm Dave Bovin and I serve as a Dean for the School of Business and Technology at Chipola College. We're excited to talk with you today about our weekly tech topic. Today we're going to be talking about live streaming, music streaming, some thoughts on video. And we're here in our new set. We have some of our 3D printed objects here around us and we have Ben as our co-host. Hey Ben, we're on, we're live.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Hi, I'm Ben.
Are you streaming?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
streaming.
that's ironic. That's our topic today. That's pretty cool. So what are you streaming?
I was streaming Spotify.
Oh, neat. So what are your thoughts on our new set here with our 3D printed objects?
I love it, actually. I really like the round table feel. I like the high stool feel. I like that we get to show all of our creations on the back here. And I think it really fits the charm.
We need to bring in some artwork, and kind of show off all the stuff we work on.
That would be really cool.
So what are your thoughts on streaming?
So personally, I think streaming is a extremely good resource. Back in the day, people would they would build up a collection of songs by buying from different services. Like I remember one when I was a kid, it was eMusic or iTunes and things like that. But the problem with that is you can only listen to what you bought. And as silly as that sounds, in today's modern age, we have streaming, which means you have an open collection of music that you can listen to at any time, and some services provide that for free with the help of ads, and some services provide an elevated experience if you subscribe.
Yeah, I was thinking we were getting ready for our topic today of Napster. Did you ever research or hear about Napster?
Yep, I remember Napster.
That early day peer-to-peer tool. It didn't really work out well as planned because all the musicians wanted to get paid for their work, which makes sense. But
Right.
there's been so many efforts. Kind of looking at the history of streaming and providing resources for the customers, I was surprised to see that there were people trying to get patents in place from the 20s of just
Wow.
continuous music being played. And it seems like everything really boomed in the 90s. The first concert was streamed. The first presidential debate was streamed, with a live open house, kind of open forum where people could ask questions. I think President Clinton did that. We've had concerts. So the 90s really seems to be an important part of the streaming evolution.
It definitely was. And it was also a very great decade for music. So getting started, there are a few services that I would like to show you. And I have my screen recording so that you can see what I'm talking about. And I would first like to talk about the free streaming services. Now, the first one that I recommend and the one that I personally use is Spotify. It is a streaming service that allows you to stream anything that is on its platform for free. You just have to listen to an ad or two, and you cannot choose your song unless you subscribe, which isn't that big of an issue if you're a playlist kind of person like I am. Personally, I just shuffle play. And I go with specific genres or specific categories of music at a time. Dave, what are your thoughts on Spotify? Dave.
What? Oh, sorry. I was listening to a TED Talk. So,
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. What were you saying?
I was wondering what your thoughts were on Spotify.
Oh, Spotify is a great resource. I think the apps really are kind of the next evolution of streaming. Really pick your choice, and the ability, I think, as you noted, to have an app where you can select yourself on what you want to listen to, whether it's a talk, like TED Talk, or if it's music or something you create yourself.
Right. And you mentioned TED Talks, and podcasting, like a TED Talk, is actually extremely popular on this platform as well. And I think that is one of the most empowering parts of a streaming service is the fact that not only do you stream music, but you can stream podcasts, or you can stream really anything that is audio-based, as long as it's on the platform.
And it seems like bandwidth really is something that was a huge step, and it was been achieved, through IEEE, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, setting the IEEE standards. It was 802.11, where we had big bandwidth so we could listen to streaming, watch streaming, and now to have wireless technology, to have our Bluetooth, and have different devices where we can not be confined to wires and actually being connected. So it seems like we are ready. I think 5G will be a big step for streaming.
I think so
And we're
too.
right there on the cusp of it. Another exciting wave to happen, I think.
Absolutely. And moving on, there are a few other services I would like to show. Two of the similar streaming services, before I move on to the more specific ones. Apple Music, it is the one specifically tailored for Apple devices. You do have to pay a subscription, but it has, if not more, if not like way more, in terms of library. I don't know if it has podcasts though. Personally, I don't subscribe to it, but I've heard a lot of extremely good reviews about Apple Music.
It seems like the combination of providing access and then the ability to create content. So these providers are at a point where they're, especially for podcasts and even for some short action movies, some dramas, any entertainment item, providing that content themselves is something they may get more subscribers with. So I know Apple is really competing, on the visual side and the video side. Netflix has been one that's really kind of laid the groundwork out there. So it's of interest to see which app will take off and how content will be purchased or if it'll be created in-house. These are exciting times.
Absolutely. The next one I would like to show is YouTube Music. I don't believe you need to have a subscription to use it, but I think it is similar to Spotify in the aspect that it uses ads to fund the free service. And this, personally, I've actually never used YouTube Music as well, and it looks like it's more of a radio system.
We've used
as well.
YouTube quite a bit for our grant work.
Yes,
but never on
absolutely.
the music creation side, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then we have Amazon Music, which, pardon me for the album. Oh well, the album artwork showed up now, but Amazon Music is also a streaming service that is tailored for, I believe it's Amazon Prime subscribers, which the subscription is pretty hefty, but you get what was it, 2-day shipping, and you get access to all of this content.
Yeah, it seems like they're bundling with their Prime access. Apple may follow suit, where Amazon has you pay that yearly, the annual membership fee, and then they throw on the music and these other features with that membership. And they're actually pretty proactive with their marketing. I know I get emails probably weekly, if not every other day, about music available. So they're really trying to push, I think, the music component.
I could see that. And then the last two I would like to show, they're a little bit more specific for specific niches of people. The first one being Tidal. Tidal is essentially a music streaming service for a group called audiophiles. Those are people who enjoy extremely high quality music that has not been, I wouldn't say corrupted, but hasn't been
Commercialized?
Not even commercialized. It's like music that isn't in lower fidelity. So like a lot of the time streaming and converting music into certain codecs, for example MP3 files, can damage the quality of the music. You can actually hear some of the compression and things like that. And Tidal prides itself in music without that. It's music that is extremely accurate and very focused around sound quality.
And the companies, the apps that might survive best, maybe those who utilize the codecs, probably in the most customer-friendly way, bringing in a video codec, the audio codec, and combining those in a way that actually suits the audience they're trying to target. So that's a good thought.
And then moving on to the opposite side of the spectrum is SoundCloud. Now, SoundCloud is more of a service for independent creators to upload their music, and it has a lot of music in general, and there's a lot of professional artists on it as well.
I think your most recent performance, you were thinking of putting that on SoundCloud.
Yes, I am. Yeah. I will be. And so SoundCloud is more of what I would consider the opposite of Tidal in the sense that it is lower fidelity. Not because of the independent creators, but because SoundCloud has such a large platform where people have to upload their music and it has to stream, and it's not like Spotify or any of the other services because it is constantly getting new uploads and it's constantly having to run its servers more, I feel like.
Right, and when SoundCloud started, it had a big audience, but now people are looking at other apps and other options out there. So SoundCloud isn't used as much as it was originally.
Right. And SoundCloud has recently gotten some comments about their music quality being lower in the sense that they kind of scale the bit rate down. The bit rate of audio is essentially the rate that the bits transfer, and that is directly connected to the quality of music. So the higher the bit rate, the more quality, and the lower the bit rate, the less quality music can be.
It seemed like SoundCloud, for example, was focused on just providing the service to a larger audience.
Right,
So,
and allowing anyone to upload the audio, and it's like the YouTube for audio.
yeah, I agree.
So that's really all that I have to show today. Yeah, so I'm gonna resume what I was streaming. Thank you.